So I didn't lose $100,000 like some people think, but I did lose about $60,000, a little bit over $60,000 worth of Bitcoin. In today's video, I'm going to show you the exact numbers, the exact breakdown, the day that it happened, and I'll explain to you how I won't let that happen again and what I'm currently doing now to rebuild my Bitcoin. So I have all the pictures and everything, so you should be able to see it as I put it on the screen. But as we can see right here, it was around October 5th. October 5th, that's when I had around $58,604 worth of Bitcoin. I was trying to get to at least half a Bitcoin, if not a whole Bitcoin, but my goal was really at least, let me just get 0.5 Bitcoin because it just feels good to have half a Bitcoin, right? So I would put money into Bitcoin. Every money that I was making off my check, I would put it into Bitcoin and I would borrow against it. So meaning I will borrow against it. You can see right here, I have $43,412 borrowed. So I would use that to pay my bills. Even sometimes I would use that to buy more Bitcoin. And so this is how I ended up having a leverage of around 74%. So 74% is pretty high because Morpho, they start selling off your money, your collateral, around 84 to 86%. So I was getting emails and I was getting notifications that my collateral or that my loan to value ratio was getting, to the threshold. It was a margin call. So they were asking me to, put more money in or pay off the loan in order to, not have that happen. But as we can see right here, the peak that I had, that $60,000 or a little bit more, it was around when Bitcoin was $123. Bitcoin had hit $126,000, 123,000, but 126,000, that was the peak. And I had around $63,000 worth of Bitcoin when I had, about 0.47 Bitcoin total in my portfolio. So what happened was Bitcoin hit a $123,000 peak, and then immediately after that, around from October to November, Bitcoin started tanking. I was watching all these videos where it's talking about Bitcoin is in October season. Basically, October was like Bitcoin's going up. Bitcoin did not go up. Bitcoin went up and it peaked, and then it just steadily kept going down and down and down. So they kept on sending me notifications. At first, the moment when they would sell my Bitcoin was like $102,000, but I added like maybe $2,000 more dollars, and then my next time that they would sell it was around 90,000, 89,000. So I kept on adding like maybe $2,000 every week or so that way I could avoid them selling my Bitcoin. But it was one fateful day when my loan to value ratio, it was like around 81%, maybe 83%, and they will sell your Bitcoin at 86%. So my Bitcoin, my loan to value ratio became that high because Bitcoin kept on dropping. So once it hit around $87,000, one day I went to work and I just prayed to God, and I was just like, God, whatever is going to happen, help me to have strength and help me to have peace with whatever happens, and let me go through life. And lo and behold, the next day, Bitcoin dropped to like $87,000, and overnight, I went from having over $60,000 worth of Bitcoin to having less than, $7,000 worth of Bitcoin. And so Bitcoin was at $78,000. Bitcoin is currently sitting around $64,000 to $65,000. And so I'll tell you how much I have right now. I have I'm just going to be straight up with you guys, just so you guys can understand and so you don't do the same thing that I did. This is a cautionary tale. I just want to reiterate, it wasn't Bitcoin that failed. It was me misusing my leverage. So Bitcoin is not the issue. It was myself. So I take full accountability for what I did. And I'm telling you guys this just so you don't end up in a similar situation like me. Or if you have been in a similar situation like me, then you can understand that there's somebody out there just like you who thought could game the system and that they maybe were a little bit smarter than the average Joe. But they weren't. I wasn't. And so this channel is here to show you how we can rebuild. So right now I have about 0.07 Bitcoin, which is around $4,000. Bitcoin is at 63,000. And so my loan to value ratio right now, because I still borrowed some money with this loan to do some other money moves, but I have learned to not let my loan to value ratio get that high. So right now I'm borrowing 3,000 and I have a loan to value ratio of 65%. I'm not even comfortable with that. Again, this is a cautionary tale, and I'm not perfect, and this is not a perfect channel. I'm not here to show you all the good and the most amazing points. I'm here to show you what's real and what people really do in real life and how they can make mistakes and how fast it happens. How you can have $68,000 in your account and then the next day you can have like zero. Basically, I don't have zero, but you understand what I'm trying to say. So I will just show you right here. If you can see right there. See, right now we're at $3,000 borrowed. I have 4,000 in collateral, and in total I have around $5,000 in Bitcoin. So what we're gonna do is to get out of that situation. One, I'm just gonna start paying like $100 every week that I get paid, just to lower that $3,173, so I can lower that loan to value ratio. See, again, I don't think leverage is bad. I just think it's bad when you try to over leverage yourself or put everything into that and try to put all your eggs in one basket and you just think it's going to go up. It's not going to go up like that. You got to have some a buffer. You have to have a buffer, whether that's cash or other crypto or other Bitcoin. And so yeah, that's really what happened. Again, this is not a fault of Bitcoin. This could have happened with anything. This could have happened with Tesla stock. This could happen with regular stocks. This could happen with trying to buy a house and putting all your money into a house and the housing market crashes. All these different ways it could have happened. This is on me. This is on math. This is not on Bitcoin. So I don't want people to get the idea confused that crypto or specifically Bitcoin is something wrong with it. This was a greed decision. This is a math decision. Like, I thought I had everything logically right in my brain, which for a while I did. But again, once it starts dropping, you only have so much time. And when you're in that moment of when like the money's dropping, your emotions get into it. That's why you have to be stoic. That's why you have to be boring. You can't do everything trying to do it so fast. I was trying to get to 0.5 Bitcoin and 1 Bitcoin like quick, and I was close and I could have did it. If I had started paying off my loan a lot sooner, I could have been out of that situation. If I didn't over leverage as much and try to buy Bitcoin with my Bitcoin and be greedy, then that wouldn't have happened. But I just look at it as a lesson, and now I have content and a video to tell you guys what not to do. And if you've been through that situation, hey, I'm with you. It's not as bad as it seems. We can rebuild. Just stay focused and stay disciplined. Have consistency, dollar cost average. So every week, Bitcoin may be going up and down like this. Don't stress it out. Just put whatever your allocation is. If it drops a lot, maybe put a little bit more. But overall, $100 a week, $50 a week, whatever you can afford, do that consistently. And so I have another video that I'm going to be posting right here so that you guys can see what my actual strategy is going to be to have a better outcome with this leverage and with this Bitcoin. So click this video, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Peace.